When did you realize your family never really saw you? From the outside, we looked like something out of a lifestyle magazine. Perfect smiles, coordinated outfits, polished manners. Our Christmas cards could have doubled as country club ads. My dad was a high-profile attorney with the energy of a man who thought every room owed him attention. My mom, all old money and practiced grace, could charm a stone wall if it meant avoiding conflict. We had all the right appearances, private schools, charity galas, tennis on Sundays, but inside our house, you couldn't find an ounce of warmth. Feelings were considered weak. Vulnerability wasn't allowed. You kept your voice level, your spine straight, and your smile just wide enough. Behind those doors, I was invisible, unless I stepped out of line. Then suddenly, I was a problem. I didn't care about business. I didn't want to impress some stranger at the club. I cared about music. I used to sneak into the school's music room after hours and play piano until my fingers ached. It was the only place that felt like mine. I started writing my own pieces in a worn spiral notebook, imagining one day scoring films, letting people feel the things I couldn't say out loud. The first time I played something I'd written for my parents, my mom smiled politely and called it a sweet hobby. My dad didn't even glance up from the financial section of the newspaper. "You want to be a starving artist now?" he said flatly. That told me everything. They shoved me into speech and debate. It looked better on applications. When college came around, they chose my major, economics. I tried to transfer into the music program, but they threatened to cut off tuition. So I gave in. I wore the mask. But late at night, when they thought I was asleep, I'd write music in the dark. Headphones on, keyboard volume low. My secret life. Then came the day everything changed. I got accepted into one of the best graduate programs in the country for film scoring. I had applied in secret, with help from one professor who believed in me more than my family ever had. When I read the email, I just stared, frozen, as tears blurred the screen. It was real. Someone saw me. Me. I told my family at dinner thinking, maybe, just maybe, this would be the moment something shifted. It wasn't. My dad set his fork down slowly and said, "You're not seriously thinking of doing this. Do you know how this makes us look?" My mom's eyes welled up, not with pride, but with shame. "Why would you do this to us?" she whispered. My brother added, "It's just not who we are." That was it. No one asked what it meant to me. No one asked why. All they saw was the threat to their image. I stood up. My hands were shaking, but my voice held. "I'm done pretending," I said. "You never saw me. You just dressed me up to make yourselves look better. I'm not doing it anymore." No one stopped me when I walked away. No one followed me when I packed my bags. 2 weeks later, I left with a scholarship, a secondhand keyboard, and the last of my tutoring money. That was 5 years ago. I live in a small apartment. I teach piano to kids after school. I write music for indie film. I'm not rich, but when I wake up in the morning, I'm not acting anymore. I'm just me. They still send emails asking when I'll come to my senses. I don't even open them anymore.